Have you ever poured your entire heart into someone only to be told you were too much? It's a feeling that shatters you, leaving you to question your own worth. This is a story about that moment and what comes after the pieces fall. Ara felt like he was walking on air. The city lights blurred into a beautiful symphony, mirroring the melody in his heart. Tucked safely in his pocket was a small silver locket, a surprise for Rhea, the girl he thought was his forever. He pictured her smile, the way her eyes would light up. He had spent weeks planning this perfect evening, a simple, heartfelt gesture to celebrate their anniversary. He walked up to their favorite cafe, his heart thumping with a mix of excitement and love. He was ready to give her the world, but the world he knew was about to crumble. Through the glass, he saw her, but she wasn't alone. She was holding hands with someone else, laughing at a joke that wasn't his. The locket in his pocket suddenly felt cold and heavy, a dead weight pulling him down. Time seemed to slow. He pushed the door open, the little bell above it chiming a sorrowful tune. Their eyes met. There was no shock on her face, no guilt, just a cold annoyance. "Arav, what are you doing here?" she asked, pulling her hand away, but it was too late. The confrontation was a blur of clipped words and hollow excuses, but one phrase cut deeper than the rest. "You're just too much, Arav," she said, her voice dripping with dismissiveness. "You're too emotional, too intense. I can't breathe." Too much. The words echoed in his head as he stumbled back out into the night, the bustling city now feeling alien and hostile. He left the locket on the table, a silent testament to a love that was never really there. He walked for hours, with no destination in mind. Each step was a question. Was he really too much? Was his love a burden? The city that once seemed so full of promise now felt like a vast empty stage where he was the lone, rejected actor. He found himself on a quiet park bench overlooking the river, the dark water reflecting his own hollow feelings. He felt invisible, worthless, a ghost in his own life. The self-doubt was a suffocating poison, whispering that he was unlovable, that he was destined to be alone. He pulled his jacket tighter, as if he could physically shield himself from the pain. It's a lonely place to be, when the person you love most makes you feel like you are fundamentally flawed. Just as he was about to be completely consumed by his despair, a soft voice cut through the silence. "Are you okay?" He looked up to see a woman standing there, her expression gentle and filled with genuine concern. It was Mira, a familiar face from his college days. He hadn't seen her in years. He probably looked a mess, but she didn't seem to care. She sat down on the bench, not too close, but near enough to offer a comforting presence. He mumbled something about a rough day, not wanting to unload his drama onto a near stranger, but Mira just waited, her calm demeanor creating a safe space he didn't even know he needed. He didn't know why, but he started talking. The words just tumbled out, the surprise, the betrayal, Rhea's cutting remarks. He told her how he felt broken, how he believed he was too much. He expected pity, or maybe an awkward pat on the back. Instead, Mira just listened. She didn't interrupt, she didn't judge. She just held his gaze, her eyes reflecting a profound understanding. When he finally fell silent, voice hoarse with emotion, she spoke, and her words were like a balm on his wounded soul. "You're not too much," she said softly, but with a conviction that startled him. "You were just giving too much to the wrong person." She paused, then smiled a little. "You know, back in college, I always noticed you. You were the guy who'd hold the door for everyone, who'd help someone pick up their dropped books, even if it made you late for class. You were kind, genuinely kind. Some people don't know what to do with that kind of heart. They're not ready for it." For the first time all night, Ara felt a flicker of warmth. He felt seen. He wasn't a burden. He was just with someone who couldn't appreciate his depth. Mira suggested they get some tea, and he found himself agreeing without a second thought. They walked to a small all-night stall, the steam from their cups warming their hands and faces. They talked for what felt like hours. They talked about heartbreak, not as an end, but as a painful, necessary redirection. They talked about their dreams, the things that made them laugh, and the scary but exciting prospect of starting over. Mira shared her own story of a past relationship that had left her feeling small, reassuring him that healing was possible. She didn't offer easy platitudes or cliches. She offered genuine empathy. She told him he deserved someone who wouldn't just tolerate his big heart, but would cherish it. Someone who would see his emotions not as a flaw, but as a strength. Later, they found themselves walking across a bridge, the city lights shimmering on the water below. A cool breeze blew, carrying away the last remnants of his sorrow. He looked at Mira, who was laughing at something he'd said, her face illuminated by the streetlights. In that moment, Arav realized something profound. Heartbreak hadn't just broken him, it had broken him open. It had cleared out a space in his life he didn't even know was occupied by the wrong person. It made room for someone new, someone who didn't just stay for a moment, but who chose to sit with him in his darkest hour. This wasn't just an ending, it was a new beginning, born from the ashes of what was, and shimmering with the promise of what could be. Sometimes, the person you think you can live without is the very person holding you back from the one who will help you truly live. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about finding light in the darkness. Be inspired.